How planning for success shapes a man's mental health. For a lot of men, planning for success isn't just about ambition, it's about survival. Whether it's career goals, financial stability, fitness, or personal milestones, planning often becomes the way men try to make sense of pressure. Society doesn't always give men much room to talk about fear, uncertainty, or emotional overload, so planning becomes the quiet coping mechanism. If I can map it out, maybe I can keep it together. And in many ways, that instinct makes sense. Let's get into it. 1. Planning creates mental stability. One of the biggest threats to mental health is uncertainty. Not knowing where life is heading, feeling stuck, or drifting without direction can quietly eat away at confidence and motivation. When a man plans for success, he gives his mind something solid to hold on to. Clear goals create structure. Structure reduces anxiety. Even when life is messy, having a plan, or at least a direction, helps replace vague dread with purposeful action. Instead of waking up overwhelmed by everything at once, a man can focus on the next step. That sense of forward motion is powerful for mental health. 2. Control is psychological oxygen. Many men are raised to value control, competence, and self-reliance. When those things feel threatened, job instability, financial stress, unmet expectations, and mental health often takes a hit. Planning restores a sense of control. It doesn't mean life suddenly becomes predictable, but it sends a critical message to the brain. I'm doing something about this. That belief alone can reduce feelings of helplessness, which are closely tied to depression and burnout. Even imperfect plans can protect mental health because they reinforce agency instead of resignation. 3. The hidden pressure of success planning. Here's where things get complicated. For many men, planning doesn't stop at organization. It turns into self-judgment. Every goal missed feels personal. Every delay becomes proof of failure. Planning shifts from being a tool to being a scoreboard. When a man ties his worth too tightly to outcomes, mental health starts to suffer. Instead of clarity, he feels constant pressure. Instead of motivation, anxiety creeps in. Rest feels unearned. Flexibility feels like weakness. Over time, this mindset can lead to chronic stress, emotional numbness, or quiet resentment toward life itself. Planning stops helping when it leaves no room for being human. 4. Healthy planning is flexible planning. Mental health improves when success planning includes flexibility and self-respect. Life changes, people change, energy levels change. Plans that allow for adjustment don't signal failure, they signal emotional intelligence. Men who can rework goals without attacking themselves are far more resilient in the long run. Healthy planning asks, is this goal still aligned with who I am? What does progress look like right now? Not in theory? Am I planning to build a life or just to prove something? Those questions protect mental health far better than rigid timelines ever could. 5. Planning beyond work and money. One of the biggest mistakes men make is limiting success planning to productivity and status. Mental health improves when plans include rest and recovery, relationships and connection, physical and emotional health, purpose beyond achievement. When men intentionally plan time to decompress, reflect, or connect with others, they send a powerful message to themselves: my well-being matters. That mindset doesn't weaken ambition, it makes it sustainable. 6. Hope is a mental health strategy. At its core, planning for success is about hope. Having something meaningful to work toward gives men a reason to keep going during difficult seasons. It creates a future-oriented mindset that buffers against despair and emotional shutdown. Men who can see themselves building towards something, even slowly, are less likely to feel trapped by their current circumstances. Hope doesn't require perfect plans, it just requires direction. 7. The bottom line. Planning for success can be one of the healthiest things a man does, if it's rooted in self-respect rather than self-punishment. The goal isn't flawless execution. The goal is mental stability, resilience, and growth. When planning supports a man's humanity instead of measuring his worth, it doesn't just improve outcomes, it protects his mind. And that kind of success lasts longer than any checklist ever could. There are some links in the description for further information on this subject. Thanks for watching, and see you all next time.